Hello, beloved friends. Today I'm going to talk about therapy intensives and kind of use my own words of what I mean by my new service, therapy intensives. And really, it comes from the inspiration that I've had. Well, actually, for several years, I have been talking about and wanting to put this in place. And of course, due to busyness and life and everything that kind of gets in the way, I wasn't able to create it until more recently when I started to make changes and I sold my prior business and recreated myself, started AGLOW Counseling. I really felt inspired to do it differently, and that you'll hear me kind of see me putting out a lot of therapy reimagined. Well, what I started to reimagine really in my own work. I mean, the last however many years in my own work, I have really done what you would call therapy intensive. So when I go to do my own work, it's when I know something's come up for me and I really need this sacred space. And so I go to my healers and I do longer sessions. So it's so interesting. I really, whether I'm doing body work or I'm doing therapy or I'm doing more shamanic work or the things, energy work, EMDR, the things that I go to for my healers and my healing and my therapists, and I do longer sessions. So I don't do traditional therapy anymore. I don't go weekly. And there is a time that I did weekly therapy, or I did group therapy, or I did things to gain more skills, and I have my own practices that I do daily, or at least most days. So I certainly, over the years of all of this work, I have my own practices that I do, whether in the morning or at night and things like that. And that shifts over time. But when it comes to therapy, I generally now I go and I do when I really need some kind of work done, or in my awareness, something comes up and I'm like, I really need to work on this. How do I want to work on that? And there's different ways that I work with myself. So like I said, whether I decide, oh, I need some body work, I need some energy work, I need some therapy, I need some EMDR, I need, these different types, I need to be with the parts of me, and I need access into that, and I need support from my tribe of healers, whether my therapists, my consultants, my energy workers, all these different things that I've used over the years and continue to use. I still do all of these things, but I do them when needed. And so it's like an intuitiveness comes up or an awareness comes up for me. And I'm like, ooh, I need to do something with this, or I need to be supported or held in this way. And so that's kind of what first started to spark it, because I started to realize that I could get so much deeper. Right. And so I do these long sessions. So for instance, when I go to one of my healers who is a therapist and does some different types of therapy and work, and similar to me, kind of brings in this space, and I can work with my parts, I can work with energy, I can work with my body, mind, heart, soul, I can do therapy interventions. And so she opens up the space for me for that. And I really get so much deeper healing, like I can get deep. And I can find that space. And it's a lot about her just creating this space for me and having this support around me to do this work. And so we do long sessions that maybe several hours, so that I can really find that place. And then I don't need them as frequently. And so there's times where maybe I need a series of them. There's times where I just need it intermittently when something comes up. And, times where I need more and times where I need less, or I don't need it, right? Or there's something else that I need to do. So it's more spacious. And it's more empowering for me at this phase in this stage of my life. So the therapy intensives I'm creating is offering this space for others, the same thing. And so if those if they resonate and what they need is something that maybe EMDR therapy can offer, IFS therapy, being with our parts, and transpersonal therapies, then I may be a good fit, that somebody can come, and whether they do a series to kind of work through something specific, or they just intermittently come when they need it, then they can come, and we offer that space. So you get a long session depending on your needs. We kind of figure that out, and we put together something, and then that space is offered, right? And that this space is non-judgmental. This space is sacred. This space is really for the person. Right. And then these great tools can come in to really help shift and bring shifts. And the space itself is so important. You keep hearing me say that, but it really is, because there is a time and need for like weekly therapy, bi-weekly therapy. Do not get me wrong. Like, it's beautiful. I've been doing that for years with my clients. And I also went through years of doing different types of therapy and having support, gaining skills, doing titrated work where, you just do a little bit at a time so you can kind of like digest it, and healing attachment wounds, things like that. So that's extremely valid, right? But there's also this validity of reimagining, hey, so for some of us that doesn't work really well based on our life or what's going on in our life, or it's just we're at a point where we want that more depth, or we can't get deep enough in that window of time of 50 minutes, 55 minutes, 60 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. And we really need this like space to get in. And it's not about going faster. It's not about like, let's get this all done, and we got this agenda, and hey, we're going to meet for 2, 3, 4 hours or a day, and I just want to clear out everything. No, it's not about that. That's really agenda, right? That's kind of our ego coming in and saying, oh, no, it's about having the time and space. It's about really being with, like, in this world, we don't get much time. So let's be with that wound, or let's be with those parts, or let's be with what comes up so that we can get to the depth of it. And it's not about rushing it. It's about having time. Like, let's enjoy some tea. Let's sit here. Like, if we need to take a break, let's let our nervous system do what it needs to do. Let's honor what's coming up and not feel like we have to be like, oh, I'm rushed. I got to go here. I got to go there. And that's where the depth comes. And it's profoundly healing when it's the right situation and if it's right for you. So I hope that gives you a deeper understanding of what I mean by therapy intensives in my own words. Just a deeper understanding. Of course, you can put more structure to this. I have a workbook that I will give clients to really focus in, find what's for them, help them work with their nervous system before, during, and after these intensives. But you can see it's, at least in the work I do and what I mean by it, it's catered really to kind of the client's needs and to your needs and individual needs. So if this resonates with you, let me know. You can go to my website at aglowcounseling.com and learn more about it, or if it's right for someone else, or if it's even something you want to offer to your clients and you want some consultation around how would I do that and how would I create something like this for my clients, then I'm happy to do that as well in my clinical consultation work for healers and therapists and whatnot. So otherwise, I just hope it kind of gives you information about different types of therapy and offerings that are out there and about healing in this world. So wonderful to be with you today. Namaste. With love, Aglow.